Men who not religious or artists are fools. Once you are born in this world, you're old enough to die. If I am capable of grasping God objectively, I do not believe, but precisely because I cannot do this, I must believe. What looks like politics and imagines itself to be political will one day unmask itself as a religious movement. The most common form of despair is not being who you are. Love believes all things and yet is never deceived. To love another person is to help them love God. Prayer is a silent surrendering of everything to God. Theology sits rouged at the window and courts philosophy's favor, offering to sell her charms to it. Now, with God's help, I shall become myself. People settle for a level of despair they can tolerate and call it happiness. The door to happiness opens outward. My standpoint is armed neutrality. Once you label me, you negate me. Faith is the highest passion in a human being. Many in every generation may not come that far, but none comes further. What if everything in the world were a misunderstanding? What if laughter were really tears? Out of love, God becomes man. He says, "See, here is what it is to be a human being." There are two ways to be fooled. One is to believe what isn't true, the other is to refuse to believe what is true. The task must be made difficult, for only the difficult inspires the noble-hearted. Geniuses are like thunderstorms. They go against the wind, terrify people, clear the air. The best news the world has ever heard came from a graveyard. Christ is risen. Repetition is the reality and the seriousness of life. It is the duty of the human understanding to understand that there are things which it cannot understand. Take away paradox from the thinker and you have a professor. What labels me, negates me. Whoever has learned to be anxious in the right way has learned the ultimate. Most people rush after pleasure so fast that they rush right past it. The conclusions of passion are the only reliable ones. May new sufferings torment your soul. Job endured everything, until his friends came to comfort him. Then he grew impatient. It is impossible to exist without passion. Most people live dejectedly in worldly joys or sorrows. They sit on the sidelines and do not join the dance. The tyrant dies and his rule is over. The martyr dies and his rule begins. Genius, like a thunderstorm, comes up against the wind. To dare is to risk losing your foothold for a moment. Not to dare is to risk losing yourself. If I could prescribe only one remedy for all the ills of the modern world, I would prescribe silence. The more a person limits himself, the more resourceful he becomes. Which is more difficult, to awaken one who sleeps or to awaken one who, awake, dreams that he is awake? A possibility is a hint from God. One must follow it. I believe that there is a longing in my soul that searches the whole world. Wherever there is a crowd, there is untruth. Irony is a disciplinarian feared only by those who do not know it, but cherished by those who do. Nothing is as heady as the wine of possibility. It takes moral courage to grieve. It requires religious courage to rejoice. Language has time as its element. All other media have space as their element. Sleeping is the height of genius. This, then, is the ultimate paradox of thought, to want to discover something that thought itself cannot think. I would have perished had I not perished. Christianity demands the crucifixion of the intellect. Adversity not only draws people together, but brings forth that beautiful inward friendship. Spirit is the third, yet in such a way that one can speak of a synthesis only when the spirit is posited. All the shrewdness of man seeks one thing, to be able to live without responsibility. Humor is intrinsic to Christianity. Above all, do not lose your desire to walk. It is not where we breathe, but where we love, that we live.